What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a lead magnet generator by creating a simple workflow in N8N. Let's get started. In N8N, I've created a workflow that I've renamed to lead magnet generator. And here, we're going to start by adding a trigger. I'm going to choose an on-form submission trigger over here. Then I'll add the title, description, and elements to our form. I've gone ahead and added our title, description, and our form elements right here. So the title of our form could be on the lines of create your custom lead magnet in minutes. The description could be on the lines of answer a few questions and will instantly generate a personalized ebook, guide, or a checklist tailored to your topic and audience. And then here I've added various form elements. The first field name to our form elements is on the lines of what's your brand or business name. Element type, I'm going to choose text, and here we can add this field as required. The other field name is on the lines of what's your email address. Element type, I'm going to choose email, and I'm also going to add this field as required. The other field name is on the lines of what topic would you like your lead magnet to be about. Element type, I'm going to choose text, and this field will also be required. The other field name is on the lines of what format do you prefer. Element type, I'm going to choose drop down, and here are the various options right here to the format of our lead magnet. So you can either choose an ebook, guide, or checklist. The other field name is on the lines of what is your target audience. Element type, I'm going to choose drop down, and here I've added these example options right here, like small business owners, new moms, fitness beginners, or photographers. The other field name is on the lines of what's the main goal or problem this lead magnet solves. The element type, I'm going to choose text. And the last field name is on the lines of what's your preferred tone or style of writing. Element type, I'm going to choose drop down and add these various options right here, like professional, friendly, casual, inspiring, or step by step. So here I'll click on execute step to fill out our form. Here you can see the title and the description of our form and our form elements right here. So here we're going to start by adding the name of our business, which is Lax Automation. Email address, I'm going to add my own email address. Add our topic right here, like mastering productivity with AI tools. Formats, you can choose to start by generating an ebook. Target audience will be small business owners. The main goal could be to educate the audience to a topic in depth, build authority, and position ourselves as a go-to expert. Tone, I'm going to choose professional and click on submit. You can see our form was submitted right here. Now open our trigger, you can see we captured our data that we just submitted via our form right here. So we captured the business name, email address, topic, format for lead magnet, target audience, the main goal, and the preferred tone and style. So here, click on back to canvas, and then I'll pin this data and use this data to set up our workflow. The next thing that we're going to do here is I'll wait a few seconds. So I'll search for the wait node. Then here, I'll wait, let's say 5 seconds. Then here, I'll click on execute to execute this node. You can see our node was executed successfully. Now here, we're going to now set variables to our submission. So I'll search for the edit fields node right here and click on it. And here, we're going to start by mapping our business name. Call this business name. Same with the email address over here. You can name it to email address. Same with topic over here. The other one will be for the format. The other one will be the target audience. I'm going to add the main goal. Rename it to main goal. I'm going to map the value right here. And lastly will be the tone. I'm going to name this to tone. And then here, click on execute step. You can see we created variables to our submission right here. Now the next thing we're going to do here is we can add an if node to add conditions for our workflow. So I'll search for the if node right here. And then here we're going to start various conditions and say that the business name has to exist. You can also say that the topic also has to exist. Without the topic, we're not generating our lead magnet. So now also the format has to exist, so we know what we're generating. Target audience has to also exist right here. And lastly, the main goal has to exist. So if all these fields exist, we like to proceed the workflow. You can see all these fields exist, so our output is in the true branch. So if our output was in the first branch, we like to do nothing. So I'll search for the do nothing node right here. And we're going to proceed and set up our workflow. So the next thing that we're going to do here is we can wait a few seconds. So here I'll wait for, let's say, 3 seconds. Over here I'll rename this to wait 3 seconds. And then I'll click on rename. The next thing we're going to do here is we're going to use a tool called Tavily to find recent articles that are related to our topic. So here I'll search for Tavily and click on Tavily. Here you need to install it first, and after installing it, click on the search node over here. Here we'll need to execute this node first, and then I'll open this node. Then here you'll need to create your account by clicking on create a new credential. Then from your Tavily account, add your API key over here. So after creating your account in Tavily, you will be directed over here to its dashboard. All you have to do is copy this API key, come and paste it over here and click on save to create your credential. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close it. Here we like to search, and then I'll add my query over here. So I'll click on expression, expand it over here to add our query. So our query is on the lines of search for recent high quality articles, blog posts, and guides about our topic, with a focus on practical strategies, tutorials, case studies, and examples. Exclude unrelated content and keep results relevant to ebooks, guides, and checklist creation. So here, I'll click on execute step to find articles, blog posts related to our topic. And you can see here we successfully found blog posts, articles that are related to our topic right here. We got a total of 4. This is incredible. So in each result, we got the title, the URL of the blog post, its content, and the score. Here, we got the title, URL, content, and score for our 4 results over here. This works perfectly. So here I'll click on back to Canvas. And now, if you would like to generate either an ebook, a guide, or a checklist, we're going to use a switch node over here to switch between the different formats of our lead magnet. So I'll search for switch node over here and click on the switch node over here. Here, I'll scroll over here, and on this node, I'll add the format right here. So if the format is an ebook, our output will be an ebook right here, and I'll add a routing rule, a new routing rule. And if the format is a guide, I would like to output a guide. And then lastly, if the format is a checklist, we'd like to output a checklist right here. And click on rename and now output checklist. So here I'll click on execute step. Since we're generating an ebook, you can see our output is in the ebook branch over here. Now the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to start generating our lead magnet. Here we're going to generate our ebook. To generate our ebook, I'm going to use AI. So in AI, I'm going to click on OpenAI, then click on message a model node. Here you need to create a credential. Clicking on create a new credential, then from your OpenAI API, add your API key right here, then click on save to create your credential. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close this. And here I'll choose a model. I'm going to choose 4.1 mini as our model, and add the prompt for the system role and the user role over here. I've gone ahead and added the prompt for our system role and our user role over here. The prompt for the system role is on the lines of you're an expert content strategist and author. And the prompt for the user role is on the lines of your task is to generate a detailed and structured outline for a professional ebook. Then here we're adding our topic, target audience, goal, and tone that we like to use to generate our ebook. So these are the data that we filled in our form. We're also adding the recent articles with their URLs that we search using Tavily over here. So we added the article, its URL, and its content over here for 4 results. Then here we're adding requirements that we like AI to follow. We're telling AI to start with a strong ebook title, create 5 to 8 main chapters or sections, each with a clear heading. Under each section, provide 3 to 5 bullet points that expand on the subtopics. Bullet points should be practical, easy to follow, and include actionable steps. Format using headings and bullet points, so it's well structured and easy to expand into full content later. And then here, I'll click on execute step to generate a structured outline of our ebook. You can see it's executing our node. and our node was executed successfully. So now when I click on table, you can see the structure of our ebooks outline. Here you can see the different chapters with the different sections over here. This is amazing. So our node works perfectly. So I've renamed it to ebook research. Now we can proceed to now generate ebook. So to do that, here I'm going to search for AI, and I'll click on OpenAI and click on message model node over here. I've renamed this node to ebook expansion, and here I'll open this node. Here I'm going to choose my credential. Then our model, I'm going to choose GPT 4.1 over here. Then the system prompt could be on the lines of you're a professional writer specializing in creating in-depth ebooks. And then the prompt for the user role could be on the lines of your task is to take the following outline section and expand it into a full ebook of approximately 3,500 words. And here we're adding our outline section, which is outline section that we generated using our ebook research node. We're also adding our topic over here and our target audience over here. We're also adding some requirements that we like the AI to follow. We're telling the AI begin the output with the topic as a clear and bold headline. Directly below the heading, write an engaging introductory paragraph that explains what the ebook is about, why it matters for the audience, and sets the tone. Then expand the outline section into a detailed chapter. Use clear headings and subheadings for structure. Keep the writing professional but friendly and easy to understand. Provide actionable advice, real-world examples, and step-by-step explanations where relevant. Avoid filler or repetition. Each section should feel complete and valuable. And lastly, we're telling AI format output in paragraphs with headings and subheadings so it's ready to be added into a document. Here, click on back to Canvas, and then I'll click on execute step to generate our ebook. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second. Here, you can see our node was executed successfully. It will take a couple of minutes, so bear with the node. So, but here you can see successfully generated our ebook right here. This is incredible. So now to preview our ebook, we're going to add our ebook to a Google Docs. So here, I'll search for Google Docs. Click on Google Docs. Then here, we're going to start by creating a document. Here, you'll need to create a credential right here. Then from your Google API, add your client ID and client secret right here, and click on Save to create your credential. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close it right here and choose a folder that I would like to store our document, which is one of my folders in my Google Drive. And here we can add the title of our document. So here, I'll go back to form submission and add our topic right here as a title, and say, since we're generating an ebook, I'm going to call this our topics ebook. And then I'll click on execute step to create our document. You can see we created our document right here. Yeah, I renamed this to create an ebook document and click on rename. Now the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to update our document with the ebook that we just generated using this node. So I'll search for Google Docs again, click on Google Docs, then I'll click on update a document. And here, I'm going to map our document ID right here. So I'll map it over here. And then I'll also map our ebook that we just generated over here. Then I'll click on execute step to add our ebook to our document. You can see our node was executed successfully over here. So yeah, you can also rename this node to update an ebook document. And then here I'll click on rename. What we're going to do here is we can send the ebook that we just generated using our workflow to our lead that submitted the form right here. I open this node. You can see the lead also submitted the email address, so we can choose to send the ebook via email. So here I'll search for Gmail, click on Gmail, then I'll click on send a message node right here. Here you need to create a credential by clicking on create a new credential, then click on sign in with Google to connect your Google account to an A10, and then click on save to create your credential. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close it right here and add our lead's email address over here. I'll map it over here. The email type will be text. Then here I'll add the subject line in the body of our email. The subject line could be in the lines of your ebook is ready. And then the body of our email could be in the lines of, so I'll click on expression and expand it right here to add the body of our email. Could be on the lines of, hi team, great news, your ebook is ready. You can access it directly using the link below. This link will take you straight to your document, no downloads needed. I'd love to hear your feedback once you've had a chance to go through it. So we can either choose to send the lead or our team this email right here, best ebook generator bot. Then for the document URL, here we are mapping the ID of our document over here to share it with our team. And then here on add options, I'll click on append any 10 attribution and turn these two off. And then I'll click on execute step to send our team this document that we just created using our workflow right here. So here I'll rename this to send ebook. Then I'll click on rename right here. Now the last thing that we're going to do here is we're going to add the form submission and the document to a database, or in our case, a spreadsheet to store our data. In Google Sheets, I've created a spreadsheet that I've renamed to lead magnet spreadsheet. Here's where we're going to add our data. We're going to add the business name, email address, topic, format, for lead magnet, target audience, goal, the tone, and the document URL over here. So to add our leads data to this spreadsheet, here I'll search for Google Sheet, click on Google Sheets, then I'll click on append run sheet. Here you need to create a credential like we did with the nodes over here. Then click on sign in with Google. Then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to anytime. Then after choosing your account, your connection will be created. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close this right here. And then here I'll find our document, which is this document right here. Our sheet is going to be the lead magnet sheet. Now we can map our data with the columns in our spreadsheet. So for the business name, I'm going to grab it from the data that we submitted via our form. So I'll have the business name, email, topic, format, target audience, goal, their tone. Now for the document URL, I'll go back to email, and here I'll expand this to copy this link right here. So I'll copy this link, then I'll go back to Google Sheets. Then here I'll click on expression and expand it right here. Then I'll paste the link to our document right here and map the right document ID. The document ID, we're going to grab it from the updates and ebook document right here. So I'll map it over here. And this is the URL of our document. Now we're going to map to our spreadsheet. So to do that, I'll click on execute step. You can see it's executing our node. And our node was executed successfully, and we added this data to our spreadsheet right here. So yeah, I rename this to lead magnet data. And click on OK. Right here, our ebooks route works perfectly. So we can do the same for the guide and checklist route. To do that, here I'll highlight these nodes and duplicate them 2 times. So I'll duplicate also this again over here. Then I'll connect this to the guides and connect this to the checklist right here. Then I'll go ahead and update all these nodes with the data related to the guides and checklists. So here I've gone ahead and updated the nodes to our guides and checklist route. We're going to start with the guides route. So for the guides research node, here the system prompt is on the lines of you're an expert content strategist and author. And here click on expression. The prompt for the user role is on the lines of your task is to generate a detailed and structured outline for a professional guide. Then here we're adding our topic, target audience, goal, and tone. We're also adding the relevant articles related to our topic right here, and adding these requirements that would like the AI to follow. We're telling the AI begin with a compelling title for the guide, create 5 to 8 main chapters of the or sections, each with a clear heading, and each section provide 3 to 5 bullet points that expand on the subtopics. Bullet points should be practical, actionable, and easy to follow. Use clear formatting with headings and bullet points so the output is well structured and ready to expand into full content later. So that's the guide research. And then for the guide expansion node, the system prompt is on the lines of you're a professional writer specializing in creating clear, actionable guides. Then the prompt for the user role is on the lines of your task is to take the following outline section and expand it into a full guide of approximately 500 words. Then here we're adding the outline that we're going to generate using our guide research node. We're also going to add our topic and our target audience over here. Then here we're outlining requirements that we like the AI to follow. We're telling the AI begin the output with the topic is a clear, bold heading. Directly below the heading, write an engaging introductory paragraph that explains what the guide is about, why it matters for the audience, and sets the tone. Then expand the outline section into a concise, practical chapter of around 500 words. Use clear headings and subheadings for structure and keep the writing professional but easy to follow, focusing on step-by-step explanation and actionable advice. Provide examples, quick tips, and checklists where relevant to make it more practical, and avoid fill-out repetition where each section should feel complete, straightforward, and useful. And lastly, we're telling the AI format the output in paragraphs with headings and subheadings so it's ready to be added into a document. So this is a guide's expansion node. Then we're going ahead and creating a document. So here, you can rename this to create a guide document. Here, then updating the document right here. Here, I'm going to rename this to send a guide. And then here, I'll rename this to guide data. Here, you can also rename this to ebook data. Then here, click on rename. Yeah, so we're doing the same with the checklist route. So the checklist research node prompt is on the lines of you're an expert content strategist and author, and then the prompt for the user role is on the lines of your task is to generate a detailed and structured outline for a professional checklist. Here we add in the topic, target audience, goal, and tone of our checklist. You also add in the relevant articles related to our topic that we search using Tavily. Then we're adding requirements for here. So we're telling the AI, begin with a clear and engaging title for the checklist, create 5 to 8 main sections, each with a short heading, and each section list 4 to 8 checklist items as action steps. Each item should be concise, practical, and actionable. Use imperative phrasing like do X, check Y, confirm Z. Organize the checklist in a logical flow so it's easy to follow step by step. And lastly, we're telling the AI use clear formatting with section headings and bullet points so it's well structured and ready to expand into a polished document later. So that's the checklist research node. For the checklist expansion node, prompt for the system role is on the lines of you're a professional writer specializing in creating practical and action-oriented checklists. Then the prompt for the user role is on the lines of your task is to take the following outline section and expand it into a detailed checklist of approximately 500 words. And then here we add in our outline section, which we will generate from the checklist research node. We're also adding our topic and target audience right here and adding these requirements that we like the AI to follow. We're telling the AI, begin the output with a topic is a clear and bold heading. Directly below the heading, write a short introductory paragraph that explains what this checklist is about, why it matters for the audience, and sets the tone. We're also telling the AI, expand the outline section into a structured list of actionable checklist items. For each checklist item, present it as an imperative step. Add 2 to 4 sentences explaining why this step is important and how to do it effectively. Use clear formatting with section headings, numbered or bulleted items, and short explanations. Keep the writing professional but easy to follow, focusing on practicality and usability. Avoid fill-out repetitions, where each step should provide unique and useful value. And lastly, we're telling the AI format output so it's ready to be added directly into a document. And here, click on back to Canvas over here. Then we're proceeding to create our checklist document over here. So I'll rename this to create a checklist document. Click on rename. And here, I'll also rename this node to update the checklist document. Then I'll click on rename. Here, I'll rename this email to send a checklist. Then I'll click on rename. And lastly, here, I'll rename this node to checklist data. And click on rename right here. Now, last thing we're going to do here is we're going to add a do nothing node to complete our workflow. So I'll start with the do nothing node right here. And then we can complete our workflow over here. Our workflow is pretty much set up. Since our workflow is pretty much set up, we can try testing our workflow to see how it works. We're going to now generate our ebook, guide, and checklist lead magnet afresh and add the lead magnets right here to our spreadsheet. So here, I'll clear these records. So I'll delete these records to add new records right here. So now to test our workflow, here I'll unpin this data, and then I'll click on execute workflow to start generating our ebook. So I'll click on execute workflow right here. So here we're going to add my business name as Lax Automation, my email address, and our topic will be social media automation made simple, format to like an ebook, target audience we can say small business owners. The main goal is to educate the audience on the topic in depth, build authority, and establish ourselves as experts. Preferred style, you can say professional. And then here I'll click on submit our form. You can see our form was submitted. Here, you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. So here, we captured our form submission right here. Here's our topic, here's our business name, email address, topic, the format of the lead magnet that we like to generate, target audience, main goal, and the preferred tone. Then we wait a few seconds and then set the variables of our submission right here using this node. Then, since our conditions were met, we proceeded to wait a few seconds and sourced articles, blog posts, or guides related to our topic using Tavily. Then here we went ahead and now did a comprehensive research for our ebook. Then here we created our ebook. Then we created a document in Google Docs. Then we updated the document with the ebook that we just created using this node right here. And then we sent the ebook to our team via email. Then updated the record to our spreadsheet here. So now I open our spreadsheet. You can see we added our business name, email address, topic, format for our lead magnet, target audience, the goal of the ebook, tone, and the document URL over here. So here, when I open Google Docs, you can see the ebook that our workflow generated for us over here. This is a comprehensive ebook of 4 pages with only chapter 1. This is incredible. Generated this comprehensive ebook with various sections over here. Key benefits for Lux automation, the role of AI and smart tools in modern automation, the transformative potential for Lux automation. You can see over here it's ready to generate chapter 2 for you. That involves this topic right here. So we generated this incredible ebook and added it to our spreadsheet right here using this workflow that we created right here in Anytime. Let us now try generating our guide as a lead magnet. So to do that, here I'll click on execute workflow to fill out our form. Then here on our form, I'm going to fill out our business name, email address, our topic, which is going to be the ultimate guide to client onboarding. Format will be a guide, this and wrong. Target audience, you can choose small business owners. Now the main goal right here should be to provide a step-by-step actionable resource that helps the audience implement the process or strategy quickly. Preferred tone, I'm going to choose professional and click on submit. You can see our form was submitted right here. Here, you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. So when I open this node, you can see we successfully captured our data right here. So we captured the business name, email address, topic, format, which is our guide, target audience, goal, and the preferred tone that would like to create our guide. Then we waited a few seconds and created variables to our submission right here using this node. If we met our condition, then we're then proceeding to search for articles, blog posts, and guides related to our topic. Then here we're going ahead and generating a structured outline for our guide. Then using this node, we're generating our guide. Then we're creating a document in Google Docs. Then we're updating the document with the guide that we created using this node. Then we are sending our guide to our team using this node right here. And then lastly, we're adding a new record to our spreadsheet with the submission and the document URL that we generated using our workflow right here. Now, when I open our spreadsheet, you can see we added a new record right here. We added the business name, email address, the topic, which was the ultimate guide to client onboarding. We're generating a guide. We started the target audience, the goal of the lead magnets, the tone, and the document URL right here. So I'll open this document in a new tab. Here, you can see the incredible guide that our workflow generated for us over here on the ultimate guide to client onboarding. So you can see the introduction, the various sections right here, and the conclusion over here. This is incredible. So we generated this incredible guide and added it to a spreadsheet right here using the simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. So now remember to update each and every single node correctly over here. For example, in this node, show that the topic, target, audience, goal, and tone, and the articles data from our other nodes right here. And ensure that you've done that for each and every single node over here, including the email, the Google spreadsheet, and the rest. Let us try testing the checklist rows and see if it's going to generate for us our checklist. So to do that, here, I'll click on Execute Workflow to fill out our form. And then on our form, we're going to fill out the name of our company, our email address, our topic, which is going to be email sequences that convert. Format, we're going to choose checklist. Target audience can say small business owners. And add our main here, which is to give the audience a simple, practical tool that they can use immediately to achieve quick wins and stay organized. Preferred tone, I'm going to choose professional and click on submit right here. Submit our form. Here, you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. When I open this node, we captured our business name, email address, topic, the format, which is a checklist, target audience, the main goal, and the preferred tone that we'd like to generate our checklist. Then we waited a few seconds and created a variable for submission. And here you can see we met our condition where we waited a few seconds to search for articles, blog posts, and guides related to our topic. Then here, since we're generating a checklist, we went ahead and generated a structured outline for our checklist. Then we went ahead and generated our checklist for here. Then we created a document in Google Sheet. Then we updated the document with the checklist that we created using this node. Then we sent our team the checklist via Gmail. Then we updated our spreadsheet with the checklist and the submission that we filled in our form. Now, when I open our spreadsheet, you can see we added a new record right here. We added their business name, email address, our topic, which was email sequences that convert. We'll have to generate a lead magnet, which is a checklist. We also added the target, audience, the goal, the tone, and the document URL. So now when I open this URL, here, you can see the incredible checklist that is generated for us over here from our topic here. So our topic was email sequences that convert, and you can see the checklist right here. Define your email sequence goals, select the right sequences, craft a compelling email content, optimize deliverability and compliance, automate test your sequence, measure performance, maintain and scale your sequence. And this is a workflow that generated for us incredible sequence right here, added to a spreadsheet over here using the simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. So our workflow works perfectly. So here we are capturing our form submission data, then we're waiting a few seconds, and then we are setting variables for submission right here using this node. Then if it meets our condition. We're waiting a few seconds and then searching for articles, blog posts, or guides related to our topic using Tavily. Then we're going ahead and performing a comprehensive research of our lead magnet here and outputting a structured outline for a lead magnet. Then using these nodes, we're generating our lead magnet. Then we're creating a document in Google Docs. Then we're updating the document with the lead magnet that we generated using these nodes right here. Then we're sending our team the lead magnet via Gmail, then updating our spreadsheet with the lead magnets. So this is a spreadsheet where we're adding our lead magnets data. So here we're adding the business name, email address, the topic, the format, target audience, the goal, the tone, and the links to our lead magnets. This is the ebook, the guide, and the checklist that we generated using our workflow over here and added to our spreadsheet over here using the simple workflow that we created here in N10. Our workflow works perfectly. Now, if you'd like me to create this workflow for you or a workflow similar to this one, just click the link in the description to schedule a call with me. On the call, we'll discuss into details the workflow that you'd like me to create for you. And then I'll proceed to create the workflow for you. But if you enjoyed this video and you have a workflow or an AI agent that you'd like me to create using N10, just comment down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow or AI agent from scratch using N10. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.